Hello everyone, welcome to Shashi Talks, a channel where I try to bring industry experts to share actionable strategies which can help you to grow in your career. So today we have Meenakshi with us. Meenakshi has 14 years of vast experience in SEO. Meenakshi started her career as content writer, but now she is working as SEO consultant and helping a lot of big brands to achieve their organic goals. So without wasting much of your time, let's directly start the podcast. Yep. Yes, Meenakshi. Let's start with introduction.
Hi, I'm Meenakshi Nautiyal. I have 14 years of work experience. So I started off as a content writer and gradually I moved into SEO and slowly SEO just took over and content was left behind, but is still an integral part of everything I do. I've always worked with SaaS B2B market. So I have no idea about e-commerce. I have hardly touched upon e-commerce. So SaaS B2B SEO, you ask me, I can tell you everything. E-commerce, like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I am at.
But but as you mentioned, right, you started with content writing, and I believe that's the best combination that any SEO can have, or and in future as well should have. So how your SEO journey, tailored with the content as a past, and how it helped, or how it's helping you right now as well.
So how it works out is with when you know content, when you know how a content person thinks, it makes it easier for you to talk about those SEO briefs, to
Right.
discuss around how a content, like what content person really needs. They don't need, like some people have this thing, with SEO brief means primary keyword, secondary keyword, LSI, and that's it. That's not how
Right.
the briefs should go about. That's
Right.
not what a content person needs. The more detailed version you give an SEO, like a content person, the better they would be able to write. But how can an SEO person do that when they themselves are surrounded with keywords and search intent? They need to understand when you talk about search intent, is like if it is a TOFU level content or if it's a guide, if it's a blog, what is the structure? Is it one angle or is it a guide which is going to be a holistic view? If it's a MOFU level, if is it going to be a listicle or is it a comparison page? How is it going to be different? What are the points that needs to be added? So all those things, when you yourself start thinking around as an SEO person, what the content person is gonna need to make their life easier, it works out. And I think that is
True.
why it is important.
True, true. And I believe, so now to I believe that content marketing should be an integral part of SEO, and every SEO should learn content marketing for sure. So you mentioned about tofu, mofu, and bofu, right? So again, and you also mentioned that how the normal keyword research goes into the picture, right? You just mentioned about the keyword search volume, or अगर कुछ ज़्यादा देना हो तो one time use कर लो, two times use कर लो. Irrespective of density and everything, you just give the numbers. But ideally, what should be given, because you know the content marketer view as well, and then you know the SEO view as well. So from SEO who doesn't know much about content marketing or doesn't feel much from content marketer standpoint, how should be the brief should look like? What are the at least minimum pointers that we should add?
Who your target audience is, most importantly, who your target audience, ICPs, are you talking to the decision makers? Or are you talking to your champions? Or are you talking to the end users? Who is it that you're gonna be addressing to? When you know that angle, it makes it easier to write because one aspect, like if you're talking about HRMS, for example, it
Right.
could be for you could be writing it for HR folks, or you could be writing for the employees who are gonna be using that
Using
platform.
that. Right, right.
So who is it that you're gonna be talking to? Whose pain points are you trying to solve? What is the angle that you're gonna be using? Because there can be same topic, we both would be talking about same thing, but we might be talking from five different angles. So what
True.
is the angle that we need to take for this particular piece? So talking about that angle is like, this is your ICP, this is the person you are talking to, this is the angle that you need to talk about. In those angles, these are the core points that you need to talk about. Now, when you're talking about those core points, how are you gonna be aligning it with your product or the platform or the services that you're offering? Because sometimes, not sometimes, many a times the mistake that many folks make is the SEO folks as well as content, because they are both so disconnected. They have given the keyword, they have written the content, but they have missed the hero, which was supposed to be the product, the website that you're writing for.
Or the
So,
solution you're providing.
so
Yeah.
SEO talks about, SEO says, listen, we have this product page, right? Use this over here. You remember that article you wrote 5 days back, 5 centuries back? Internal link here.
Right.
So give them as much as details possible. Tell them, see, this is the competitor pages that's working out. These
Right.
are on top results. This is what they have mentioned. This is the angle they have missed out. This is things that additional, now the way things are changing, what you can add. Some statistics that you have come up with, you have found while doing your research is like, this is the statistics that I have come up with. These are the sources. This is what you can use. Images. Give them idea about images, because sometimes content people are not thinking about images. You never
Right.
know. So if you just nudge them or just give them a hint, maybe like, you can add a graph here, or maybe you can have an image of the flywheel, or you can have an process chart or something of that sort, or just to take a screenshot of your features or the
Yes.
platform.
Right.
So when
Right.
you
Right.
say those things, they automatically later on when they get the brief, they also start thinking around that, like, oh right, our product does this thing. She's talking about this feature. So that is
Right.
how I need to write about this feature in this section, and this will help.
True, true. So I believe this ICP thing and about the screenshots and everything, this is something that I'll definitely use it for my purpose as well. Because even I never thought of this thing, right? ICP, HONA, and then which angle you want to target specifically, and then the screenshot that you mentioned that like what we do is normally ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा what I do is headings बोल देते हैं, and then what I exactly want to cover, तो मैं वो competitors की URLs we can have
Hmm.
that, but few screenshots that can help few agar, like, because of course SEO does it, does the research and everything while
Hmm.
doing keyword research and all. You can also share some insights on numbers, जैसा आपने बोला. तो
Hmm.
maximum things whatever you have on your plate you should share to content writers as well. That will help to them to curate better content which will eventually rank well, hopefully. Yes, yes.
It will rank if you do it
Yeah.
better. And another factor to add now with all the AI things and all, the EAT thing, get
Right.
SMEs. So that is another point where I mentioned if they can get someone. So if you're talking about again going to back to HRMS, if you're doing that, then talk to the HR team, talk to the head of operations, or
Right.
talk to maybe one of your existing customers if you are in a like very good rapport where you can just get a code, or
Right.
talk to someone on LinkedIn or anywhere. Try to do research. So when you try to make it very personal and say, this person was facing this problem, this is the discussion we had, and this is what ended up me ended up writing about. So that personal level of it, which
Hmm.
falls into the EAT thing, it makes it faster to rank, because Google is like, you are not giving general, yeah,
Right.
you are
You are
coming
actually
from the
sharing the
level of
testimonials.
expertise. Yes,
Right.
expertise, you have
Right.
the authority. Sometimes content writers, we don't, we one of the companies I work with, we were very stringent about the bylines used to go to the those specific folks only. So it was, if it was sales, written about an article written about sales, we
Right.
would show it to the sales folk, and he would add
Okay.
his comments, quotes, and all, and it would go, this is the salesperson who has written this.
Okay. Got it.
Customer success person has written it.
Person with.
And then it
Right.
becomes if like a content writer also needs the byline as like in a partnership or in
Yeah.
collaboration. top them.
True.
But
True.
when you say like, so sometimes we do not value or just let go of how important the bylines could be.
Okay.
So that कहाँ कहाँ
So
पे हम EIT factors डाल सकते हैं वहां
so
डालो.
just a quick question. So when you say bylines means जो author bio जो हम लोग डालते हैं, right?
Author
Okay.
bio,
Got it.
author
Got it.
bio
Got
जो
it.
रहता है, तो
True.
वहां पे you have, right? So I will like Meenakshi Nautiyal, SEO
हाँ.
practice.
Then your information
So it's like
about
SaaS, like yeah,
expertise
12
and
years
everything.
SaaS
Yeah.
experience. So when I talk about SaaS SEO, that is like, oh, she has this experience. So she is
Right.
talking about it. But if
True.
I've seen same byline and then I start talking about, say, DevOps
Right.
or start talking about coding, and then they see that byline and they're like,
ये
SEO
तो
person,
yes.
इसको कोडिंग के बारे में क्या मालूम है?
True.
Why
And
would
मैंने ये
he
देखा
even
है
know?
एंड काफी लोग कंपनी प्रोफाइल भी डाल देते हैं लाइक एडमिन और कंपनी नेम एंड दे हैव देयर इंफॉर्मेशन विद ऑल द सोशल मीडिया
Yeah.
लिंक्स. I believe that is also not ideal because you have to go with SME level of things, right? True, true.
No, I think you can have both of it. I'm saying where you get the chance. If you're gonna have a very heavy article,
Hmm.
it would make more sense to have an SME writing
Technical
coming
SME,
from an
yes.
SME rather
True,
than
true.
someone generic.
Got it. No, no, taken. So apart from this, so as you mentioned about EAT, apart from this, for the blog post specifically, what are the other factors that we can do to influence the EAT? Author bio is one of them. Adding social media links could be one of them.
Yeah,
Anything else?
you can have reviews. If you're talking
Okay.
about a product, suppose like the way
Right.
we went, right? Like कि features डाल दिया उसका
हाँ.
ये. And G2 say
Reviews and all.
G2 has said this.
Yes.
Reviews, testimonials are there. When
Testimonial.
you're doing comparison pages, when you're doing your MOFU level content, when you're
Right.
doing comparison listicles. So there you can take screenshots from public profiles like Trust Radius, G2, Google reviews.
Okay. Okay.
All these places, these access are available for anyone and everyone.
Yes.
So
Yes.
even if you're talking about, so many times what happens is when you're doing competitor pages, competitors will come and sue you, they will come and do all those
Yeah.
legal fights goes
True.
on.
True. Got
But
it.
here what you're doing is you're taking screenshots from the publicly available data.
Public domain. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You are
True.
not talking, it's like you're not saying personally I felt this. You are
True.
saying this is the data based on this data. This is what
Okay.
conclusion we've come to.
True. True.
This
Got it.
adds to the credibility and trustworthiness factor. So that's so based on what kind of format, what pages you are writing, you can incorporate all those factors differently. Even your landing pages when you're doing for BOFU, similarly,
Right.
take it from G2, Reddit, Celelo, use
True.
those
True.
things.
Yes, I believe testimonial could be one of the things, and then reviews. कहीं से भी if you can get the
Yeah.
reviews, that can also help to
See,
influence.
testimonials is amazing, but sometimes what happens is I come and tell you, give me testimonial for me. You're not gonna come
That
and say, you're very bad. And then you're like, oh, they said very bad. I'm gonna add this.
true.
But
True.
when you take it from a third party, it adds
Yes.
to that credibility. So you get those testimonials, but also
Right.
having that. And that is why many a times, so that's another reason why when we discussed earlier, also I said, right? SEO has to be an integral part of the marketing. So where
Yes.
the product marketing, performance marketing, when they start doing G2 ka thing or CSM are talking about things, you end up saying, listen, can we get more reviews from these platforms?
Right.
And then we can plug in. So SEO can be like, now we can plug this in on our website where directly whatever reviews are coming, हमने डाल दिया API से, now it is
Yes.
automatically showing it.
Showing. True. True. Yes, and I am also a big believer of making SEO team an integral part of marketing team. I mean, like that should be that should be done in organizations. But yeah, totally get it. True. So let's move on to our next question, I believe, and that is the most like how to do SEO for B2B SaaS websites. How to start it, how to, like how should be the journey basically? What because I have seen a lot of people, and when we talk about SaaS, there is always blog, and blog, right? But I am 200% sure it's not only about blog. It should be a structured blog. It should be in a structured manner. So how
Yeah.
to do SEO for SaaS websites?
See, it should start from where you are at the journey.
Okay.
So if I'm just starting, if it's you are at 0 to 1, I tell you go and write TOFU content. You
Okay.
have not focused on BOFU at all.
Right.
It is not gonna make sense because here your immediate need is conversion. You need those leads. And
Right.
TOFU say like you have written content about back to HRMS if we go to. I have talked about what is onboarding, how to do onboarding, what is an HRMS tool, all those things. But I have not created a BOFU and MOFU level content at all. Now I'm managed to get traffic to these people. Now
Right.
HRMS content पे TOFU पे आ रहे हैं.
Right. Traffic.
But then where will you trickle them down to? You have not
True.
put anything for them for to convert. So
Right.
I would personally suggest, many people don't agree with this, but I would say start with your BOFU and MOFU level content.
Okay.
First of all, because your traffic, definitely you will not get traffic.
True.
You will not get as much as traffic, like you're gonna have 1 million people coming in and visiting your website and you getting that popular and all. But you will get business. Because the one who comes there, the content that you have written, the landing pages you have created, it is catered to specific need and intent. So when those
Right.
people are coming, so when I'm writing about HRMS onboarding tool,
Right.
and I've created a landing page saying, this is the tool, this is your pain point, this is the tool that can help you solve it, and this is how sooner you can do this.
Right.
That would make more sense than having a guide and then as like उस guide से वो comparison में आएंगे, वहां से वो landing page में आएंगे, and then you'll get those conversions. So
True.
here
True.
20 people are coming, but those 20 people you're targeting, these are your these are your target audience. These are your
Right.
IPs that you have to target, and this lead is gonna mean something
True. True.
rather than anything coming from the TOFU level. So you start with
Yeah.
BOFU there. You talk about MOFU. And when you have established, you have created enough landing pages, you have enough of those clusters, as in you have those themes at least ready.
Right.
Then you go to TOFU. It's like, now I have
Okay.
done this part, I have set up the base, the foundation is set.
Right.
Now I need to get people coming here. How can they make, like now I need to make this visible. So what happens is your blogs that you're creating, the internal linking structure that we talk about, the cluster theme we talk about. Now you've created 5, 10 articles. All those
Right.
10 articles are linking back to the landing page, to the product page, and from that 5 it might be going to the comparison page or the MOFU level content. So
Right.
you're
Right.
taking them somewhere. So from the TOFU also, when they also start ranking, they know you have them to go somewhere else. So the
Yes.
TOFU level is going to be for traffic. It is not, it is very rare that you're going to end up getting conversions from there. But does that
Right.
mean you stop writing about it? No. Because here you need to also, people will keep doing their research. Everyone is not going to end up talking about, tomorrow they'll get up HRS like, I need HRMS onboarding tool. Some of
Right.
them might be like, I am having problem
True.
onboarding. Suddenly there is an upscale of like we are hiring too many folks. What could be the best way to onboard?
Right.
And then they're like, oh, we have a tool for this. We have a platform that can help us for this. And then they go to that and then they realize, oh, this platform can help me also with performance appraisal. It can also help me do assessments. It can
Right.
help me with my all other HR things. So here these people become your champion. Then you need to think about, you need to write for decision makers now.
Right.
Because you've
Got it.
convinced But how do the decision makers are different people? They are not concerned about what things is it. It's like, how much am I gonna spend? What is my ROI?
Right.
So you need to have articles on that aspect of it. So here, going back to how it becomes an integral part of marketing, now how it becomes an integral part of sales and CSM, where they're like, this is the pain point, decision makers skill, these are the sales collateral that we need. So what happens is content team keeps making collateral, which is nicely decked up, nice sales deck, which is with the sales team.
Right.
So instead, this is open, or at least most of it is open, and the pricing factors or other things that you want them to like pitch or convince could be a different thing. But when you're doing the sales deck, you're already doing your research work.
True. Right.
So might as well use it here and you can work on it. So you
Makes
have to,
sense.
you cannot think is like today this article, tomorrow this article, day after this article. You have to think of it as a theme. Think of it, you're making Marvel movies. Think of it, you are making any of those series. So
Okay.
you will not just end up talking like one day you are like, I'm gonna make Hulk. And then one day you'll be like, I'm gonna make Spider-Man. It's like
Right.
Hulk is also like end credit will talk
Yes.
about Spider-Man, upcoming Spider-Man, because like they're gonna meet.
Right. Right.
So you have to have that sort of sequencing and planning. And that is why you need that content calendar. And that is why,
Right.
again, back to the marketing team and everyone coming together, is like this quarter theme or this quarter, this is what we are going to focus on. So here what happens is now when you are talking about an HRMS onboarding tool, it does not end up at team performance marketing is talking about performance assessment tool.
Right.
Because they will be like their attention is divided there, your attention is divided there. You're not conquering everything. So instead, all of you are thinking in the same angle. So if they are also talking about it, now here what you can do is all the traffic you're getting, the cookies you get, you have all your CRM in place. You can do your retargeting because
Right.
they are all hot leads. They've
Yes.
already talked about it. Like they
True.
have interacted with your website. They have interacted with content and you know exactly who are these folks.
True. True. Right. I believe, yeah, I mean, totally makes sense. And I was trying to visualize everything because when you said about the web thing, right? I mean, you have to structure your content. It shouldn't be like first content ye jayega, second content. It shouldn't be like a calendar like that. You should plug and parse on things, right? Is time pe ye we can do that. If this is the launch or like product team or marketing team or sales team is focusing on this, we can do this. So this should be an integral part of everything, and it should and I was visualizing like ये structure इस तरीके से होना चाहिए, and you should know if you are aware of all the decisions, all the things that are going to happen in this particular calendar year or the quarter. You can plan things accordingly, and that's why I believe it's very important not only to sales, marketing, but also from product team as well to give understanding to SEOs about their whole product walkthrough and everything. No, true, and totally got your point. Amazing, I would say. Like again, so in terms of understanding the customers, understanding the audiences, creating the content for different type of audiences, right? That's something that it's more of an content marketing side, right? Any specific things that we do, like you do in terms of link building as well, or it's the normal thing that you follow?
I don't know what you consider normal. First, you'll have to
S-
explain what is normal
Okay.
thing to follow and what is not the normal thing.
Okay, cool. So as of now, again, I won't like I am also not much into those submissions level of things. So again, we won't be going there. But when I say normal things, like so a lot of people do product reviews, their product reviews or something like that. In e-commerce, we do giveaways a lot. Digital PR is trending a lot. Whenever you launch any new feature, you can get, of course, Hero and everything has been shut down, but digital PR is something that people do. Guest posting, the most interesting, like everyone does it. So these are the 4 5 normal things that I'm talking about. Resource link building can be one of them. So 5 to 6, these are the things that I talk about normally, but what other can be done? Yeah.
So other things that has worked for me has been ABC partnership.
Okay. Okay.
So it is not, you are not doing direct link exchanges. You are building a community
Okay.
of partners like who are like, I am an A company, I am looking out for links for these specific blogs or these specific landing pages or articles. You are a B company who have your own list.
Right.
I am reaching out to C.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, it is maybe I would get link from there and you
Okay.
are my partner and I'll be like link to B.
Okay.
So it is not A to B is not the link exchange. So it's not like listen, you have given me link, I will give you link back from my
Okay.
website.
That won't work. Right. I mean,
It
yeah, I
is,
mean,
it is, you have given me a link,
right.
I give you one link.
Right.
So my other partner, where you fit in,
Okay.
I will ask that partner, listen, this one looks that it will fit in your website or the guest post that you are writing.
Hmm.
Can you add this link here?
Okay.
So what happens now is I have gotten you a link there.
Right.
This person has
Will
gotten me.
give you link. Right. So this will also, but then what about that person then? But like
That
how
person.
he'll get benefited?
So the way for you also. So when you're doing partnership, now next time you have
Okay,
someone,
you do that.
or
Right.
you
Got
are
it.
working with D,
Ah, got it. Got it.
you may not have something which is relevant to you. You will be
Right.
like, I have this person, I have this list of people, I have this list of blogs. For your guest post, I think this one's blog will make sense.
Right.
Can you
Right.
add a link there? And then when you do that, now you come back to me is like, listen, I've gotten your link from there. Now
Okay.
you have to get me a link from somewhere.
You owe me one. Right. But then how you manage those things? Because it's quite difficult because you have list of these websites which might give you, which you might have got link from, and then there is list of this website which like you have, like you're owing one link from them, so you have to get them one link. So how you manage this whole structure then?
So it becomes a partnership program. That's why I said it becomes an outreach partnership you're doing. So you are
Okay.
not thinking about owing to a website. You are not discussing it in the term of I got linked to this website. It is
Okay.
I got linked to this person.
Okay.
It is this person's network. He's gotten this links. I have gotten them that. This is my space of link. That person is helping me get that. And you have your
I
own
have to get
space.
him one.
So you do that. So what
Okay.
happens here is like what you were saying about guest posting. That has always been one of the best way to get links.
Yes.
But how many guest posts you will write and you will try to fit in your links only?
Right.
If you are an HRMS side and you're talking about VoIP, somewhere it might not connect.
Connect. Yes.
But there might be someone else's, maybe a service desk, which would make more sense. So like I will add link to that. But I have told this person, listen, I've gotten your link from this guest post. Now you have to get me. So when you are writing the guest post,
Hmm.
so even for those
Yeah.
guest posts, they will not allow you to have 3 links from the same domain. So for your own domain, you will not be able to add 3 links.
Right.
But you can add two other
Other domain.
of your partner's link.
Right.
And what you
Right.
can also do is, and many a times, giving out the secret, but those guest posts, they will only be vetting out majorly your own links that you're adding. The
Okay.
other ones, if you've done a research or statistics, if you have done something about CSM statistics or web statistics or HRMS survey or something of that, and
Right.
you added this, you have
Okay.
very nicely added that as it is a citation.
Hmm.
You're not
Makes sense.
actually doing a link, you are giving them a citation. Or
Citation.
you
Yes.
use their image One of the,
Yes. From a reference standpoint, also you can, and even that guest poster might not understand that is this a part of link exchange or
yes, yeah, and
ABC.
and even if
Yeah.
it is adding value to the
Value
content.
to the
So
content. Yeah.
the guest
At the
posts
end
are
of the
not
day.
always like links mat add karo. They are like
Yes.
add value. Just don't keep spamming with links,
Yeah.
which does
True.
not make sense at all.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. I mean,
the image infographic is another way we used to do it. We used to create amazing infographics. Whatever
okay.
content we had, we would create infographics. We would work with designers for those कि ये content है इसका infographic बना दो, and we would use it in our content pieces. And sometimes folks use our images without
Okay.
realizing, and it's like okay,
Okay.
because it is statistics, it's a graph,
Right.
it's a process chart.
Right.
You
Right.
start ranking for, you start showing up on those search results. You
Huh.
start putting yourself on Pinterest.
Right. Got it.
People are looking for it, and then they will end up giving you credits.
The
If not,
credit and
you
yes.
do reverse thing, and it's like where all these images are used, and it's like you reach out to them. Hey, I think you're using our image. Would you
Okay. If
mind
can
giving
just
us?
link. Huh. True. True.
And then when you talk to them, somehow you again end up having some partnership. It's like, oh, you see, like, we can, there is a potential to work together
Right.
in future also. And you do that.
Yes. And I believe that looks more natural as well. Rather than just getting links on a transactional level, you just give out the money and you get the links. Rather, this looks more, I
Yeah.
mean, like natural as well as makes sense as well for any normal person as well. Because if you're linking to statistics and if you're creating that, like who will say no for that? Everyone
Yeah.
wants references to their articles, I believe. True.
The
Got it.
problem right now with the link building community I've seen lately is like they send you LinkedIn request. They don't try to build any connection or no A, B, C, X, Y, Z आगे पीछे का कुछ नहीं.
Just the Google sheet.
नहीं. Can we talk link exchange? मतलब तुम हो
Okay.
कौन? चाहिए क्या है लाइफ में? It's like the first conversation cannot be like I've seen that you do outreach or at least do your research.
Research. Yes.
It's like companies I worked 5 years, 6 years down the line, and you come and tell me, I see that you worked here. Do you have contacts to help me get links from here? It's like, कौन हो भाई तू?
Yes. True.
मतलब
True.
तुम जॉब के लिए भी बोलो तो एक बार ऐसे कि you are in need of something, and I'll find someone I can refer to and then
Yes.
give you those things. So I think
True.
you need to be more tactical about things also, and also at the same time practical. Would you want someone just bombarding you with it? Or
हाँ
you have to respond to it. Now I see outreach specialist and I just like, they're gonna ask me for
नहीं
links.
होगा.
And I'm like, I am not doing link building now.
Yes.
I don't have anyone, I can't do anything. जब मैं करूंगी ना, I'll reach out to you.
Yes. Yes. No, I believe और ये तो पूरी community बन गई है. Like if you see, because like I was a lot in that. I believe 3 to 4 years back. Because every SEO team has that target कि इतना achieve करना है and you need links for that. And you have like a lot of team get budget for that as well. Like you have this amount of
Yeah.
budget which you can spend on guest posting and thing. And this ये तो पूरा उनका ऐसा network है. And if you see, a lot of Pakistanis are there, a lot of Indians are there. This is a whole network that goes around, and the same links that will found in to everyone. Like
Yeah.
सारी चीज
Everyone
same
thinks
है.
we have so many sites. And
Yes.
I know these sites. नहीं चाहिए.
True.
And
True.
some of them are so spammy. And that is again another thing. I don't know, like where we come from. It's like we need to understand what are good links and what are bad links.
Bad links.
It's like if someone is just coming and offering you, I will give you these links. Do you really need these links?
True. True.
It is like some of the links, it's as good as not having anything. So just to have your number, it's very vanity metrics.
Yes. Yes.
कि वो डीआर उसका 10 है 20 है या फिर किसी का होगा डीआर 80 है because they made it somehow reach there and with all those
Yes.
earlier practices डीआर 80 है but it has got nothing to do with your services, it's got nothing to do
True.
with your product. It's like mattresses are talking about VoIP. क्यों?
Hmm.
Like
True. True.
connection क्या है?
सही बात. Agreed. I believe, मतलब ये चीज तो something that like I have a sheet that I maintain. All the matrices that I look into, like so I look into traffic, of course, but traffic should match the domain rating or DA whatever it is. ऐसा ना हो के let's say अगर DA 90 है या 80 85 है and the traffic is 1000 2000, like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Referring domains, backlinks, the ratio between referring domains and backlinks, वरना ऐसा होता है 300 referring domains and you get millions of backlinks from that. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So no, true. I believe वो देखना बहुत important है rather than just looking at the price and DA or DR. बहुत सारे लोग सिर्फ वही देखते हैं. So yeah,
I think
true,
that
true.
comes to the experience part of it.
Experience part of it. True, got it.
Some people are like link लाना है तो बस हम ले आएंगे.
Yes.
So
And a lot of clients don't understand that. And that's why I believe SEO, good SEO person should be there because who can identify the good links and bad links, which you rightly said.
and also folks also to be educated that you should, it does not make sense you saying कि we should get 5000, like like where they set the target that हमें 5000 backlinks चाहिए. like क्यों चाहिए?
Yes. क्यों चाहिए?
नहीं होते हैं competitors के पास है, हमें भी चाहिए. जैसे
But
कुछ
they don't know how
strategies
much
भी है.
time they have spent. And बहुत सारे, so again, so lot of people that I have worked with, they create the infographics, as you mentioned, they create the infographics and try to get backlinks from there. But वो ऐसा नहीं है, the way the guest posting thing work. They directly email, this is the data that we have created.
Yeah.
If you want to publish it, you can. If you don't,
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to you, you can. Like it's your choice. But ये तो पूरा like you just pay out the money and just give us the links. That's it, and we'll complete the targets. And yeah, true. That doesn't make sense at all. True. So again, coming to like what you mentioned, right? And like I can see on your LinkedIn profile as well, and I really want to touch down on that part, and we discussed this, but still I want you to touch down on that part as well. So you have specifically mentioned SEO strategies focused on results and conversions. Now, again, coming to an SEO community, a lot of people I hear is, and again, I know and you know, but still, everyone has that thing in mind that like SEO is all about कीवर्ड रैंकिंग इंप्रूव कर देंगे, ट्रैफिक इंप्रूव कर देंगे, लीड्स में हमारा ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल नहीं होता बिकॉज देर आर लॉट ऑफ अदर फैक्टर्स दैट कम इनटू पिक्चर, सीआर हो गया, टच पॉइंट्स हो गए, काफी सारी चीजें. Now you have specifically mentioned about that you are focused on results and conversions. Can you explain that?
So the companies I have worked with, we have seen maximum like result as in we getting leads organically.
Right.
And this is when we as a marketing team decided we are not going to spend money. We are going to do SEO. We are going to write amazing content. We are going to, what we already discussed, we are going to do
Right.
things that is leading towards conversion. If we have to educate them to convert, that's another thing. But the MOFU BOFU level content has to be there. The landing pages have to be there. When we are creating landing pages, it is not just talking about pain point solutions. It is also about where the CTA has to go, where those internal linking has to be done, which are the pages that we are gonna amplify, which are the pages that we could leverage through it. Which back to the example of the MOFU BOFU TOFU ka
Yes.
content.
Yes.
You're doing it. So it is like you're not just taking everything as one piece. As like, no, I've done keyword. Suddenly कहीं से is like, I have gotten keywords, ये रैंक कर रहा है, लेकिन वो दूसरा पेज है ना, उसमें से हम लोगों को ना लीड्स आ रहा है.
Right.
तो is like how you are like comparing apples and oranges.
Right.
You need to, your strategy has to be like, listen, this is the apple, यहाँ से हम लोग ऑरेंज के पास जा रहे, this is the vehicle that is going to the orange.
Right.
And that journey matters as well, and we are going to
True.
do this.
Right. Right.
So that is how
True.
why it is like conversion driven. So it is not just talking about I am going to get you traffic. It's like I'm going to get you traffic that is going to convert. I'm going to talk about things. I'm going to tell you write about things. I am going to write about things that will eventually end up getting converted and having some signals, or like you're getting demo requests or freemium plans or some sort of engagement.
Right.
It is not just like सब लिख रहे हैं कीवर्ड
हाँ
3.6K, keyword difficulty level 46, we've ranked first.
let's
Like,
yes,
and
yes,
then what are you going to do with it
yes.
until and unless it's not planned out properly?
True.
So
And I
that,
believe this makes, sorry to cut you, but I believe this makes sense as well when you ask for your intervention in all the aspects of marketing, sales and everything. If you mention, because अगर आप सिर्फ traffic और ranking की बात करेंगे, they won't involve you. But when you say
yeah,
कि I am result driven, lead based KPIs that we'll be working on, revenue focused SEO strategies that will bring into the picture, the stakeholders might like get interested in bringing you on the table for each of the important
yeah,
conversations, I would say. So अगर हमारी ask है तो the ask from other side as well to get the conversions and revenue. True,
yeah.
true,
So
got
that's
it.
what, so it's a very give and take relationship, and you'll have to educate them. They will tell you what they need. You understand. It's like for you, sometimes we also have like problems with marketing teams and sales with like, ये तो हमने MQLs दे दिया, and they're like, ये SQLs तो है नहीं, ये तुम्हारे लिए लीड है, ये हमारे लिए लीड नहीं
हमारे
है.
लिए नहीं है. True, true.
So where you come to that understanding what exactly those qualified leads are going to look like, who are we really targeting at, tailoring those things for those specific folks, and then also you managing to convince the C-suite, and then you convince and they understanding what you mean by saying traffic and conversions are two different things.
Right.
So I've written a LinkedIn post also on this, a long rant saying like that's
Okay.
it's traffic is not equal to conversions.
Of
You
course.
have
Yes.
to also, someone needs to understand that, and when you're saying like I will get you those conversions, then you should not come and say यार ट्रैफिक तो हमारे बढ़ नहीं रहे, ये तुम्हें
Conversions की word.
traffic चाहिए कि कन्वर्जन्स चाहिए, वो डिसाइड करो. आई हैव आस्क्ड कंपनीज, आई हैव टॉक टू folks and I say what are you looking for? I say
Right.
what will you bring to the table and like what do
Okay.
you want? It's like SEO करना है, बोले हाँ ठीक है,
हाँ.
पर तुम्हें ट्रैफिक चाहिए, तुम्हें
Right.
कन्वर्शंस चाहिए, तुम्हें अपना ब्रांड वैल्यू बढ़ाना है,
Right.
तुम्हें थॉट लीडरशिप वहां पे you want to stand out like that. What exactly? Like when you're
What's the
looking for
objective of
someone,
getting me on the table?
yeah,
Right.
when you don't know just because कि ना सब जगह सब लोग SEO की बात कर रहे हैं, हमें SEO करना है, then there is a misalignment.
Right. True.
When that clarity is there, like the traffic and conversions are different. When you're talking about thought leadership, when someone says I want to talk about thought leadership, then I'm like, you don't need SEO. I've spoken to them, and there are companies is like who really don't need SEO,
Right.
where it would make more sense because it's such a niche thing that whatever they talk about, it is gonna rank because no one is talking about
Mm.
it.
Right.
And you're not gonna get search volume. So it's like, see, listen, whatever you do, your ceiling right now is gonna be this only. You bring me in or you don't bring me in. So I'm
Right.
telling you, this is what is gonna help. What I can help you do is tell you how you can structure your website so that when people come to your
Right.
website, they get everything. I can help you tell you these are the landing pages you write. But you
Right.
get someone like full time तुम SEO करो and then suddenly we like हमें इससे ROI नहीं आ रहे,
नहीं
ट्रैफिक
यार.
बढ़ रहा है, कन्वर्जन्स ज्यादा नहीं आ रहे तुम्हारे. अगर तुम्हारा टारगेट ऑडियंस इज gonna be 20,
Very.
your ICP
हाँ.
is like your universe set is only 20, then you are expecting 45 ka leads coming in. That's not
Right.
gonna happen. So you
Right.
have to
Right.
be realistic about that. So that alignment is also very important.
True, true, true. And I believe उसमें फिर competitive analysis plays a very vital role. If you are serving in specific
So,
niche and those niche के अगर best जो ranking
yeah,
brands है, if they are getting good amount of traffic, you know इसका at least 10% तो I can drive. But
हाँ,
अगर उनका best brand ही अगर 1600 traffic work ले रहा है,
हाँ,
then you should think before starting the
yeah.
SEO because yeah, like true, got it, got it. So it's best to say no at that initial stage of things rather than at the end 3 महीने के बाद 6 महीने के बाद they fire you. So like that doesn't make sense.
You just don't care. That is also one of those things again in our community I've seen. Is like
Okay.
कर लेंगे, हो जाएगा, and then like 3 months का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ले लेते, कर लेते हैं, नहीं होगा वो उनका लुकआउट है. कुछ तो
Crazy.
3 months में see whatever you do, you will end up showing a spike there
Right.
because
हाँ.
you
Of
are
course,
your
because
because you are
yes,
फ्लॉप में वो ऊपर जाएगा. Like see we've done this.
True,
But by
true.
the time I realized ki this is not adding value, and then I was like, okay, my term is over. Bye. So
True.
so that
True. No,
is
no. That is very true, I believe. And a lot of businesses needs to understand more. And again, as you mentioned, C-level people should understand. Like it's not like एक बार आपका hike गया and then that can stay there for a while. Of course, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it can stay. But until the next Google, any changes that Google brings in their algorithm or their structure and everything, and it will take just a couple of minutes to shatter down. And yeah, I believe that's true. That's true. Okay. So
what
coming to
comes.
yeah. True. So coming to again, so we discussed SaaS SEO, we understood, and again, I believe based on the discussion that we had, a lot of people should drive the strategies around it. And अगर आप नहीं पा रहे हो तो फिर वो आप सोचो like you should not be in SEO because अगर यहाँ से आप if you can't drive, honestly, you should be able to drive. Now, my question again, so you have whole lot of experience with you, like 11, 12 years, बहुत होता है, and SEO field में like there are very less people जिनको इतना experience है, ठीक है? So I want to understand the newly SEOs that you must be meeting because मैं मिलता हूँ new SEOs से तो I have a different rant for that. तो वो तो I like lot of problems that I see.
You can have another podcast for it. Like
Yes. But so like where you like again you have seen a lot of LinkedIn posts and a lot of things that especially after ChatGPT a lot of things are going around. So what are the advice that you have for newcomers in SEO or who have recently started in past 2 to 3 years?
that understand foundation first. Like when you go to those when we talk about 10 years back, it used to be like that. It is not just to tell you like how things have changed, but so that you get the concept right. So SEO, basically SEO things have not changed. It is just the way it works have changed. It's same thing like you are making building पहले भी बनती थी अभी भी बन रही है. पहले
Right.
मट्टी लेके बनाते थे. Now you have those iron slots already available. एक साल में
Yes.
बिल्डिंग बन जाती है.
Yes.
So it's similarly, you need to understand the foundation, the basics of these updates also when you see, instead of getting scared about it and like, what is this? This keeps changing. Understand the intention behind it.
Right.
So when you understand why they are doing it, you will be able to change the how to do it. Or know what has to be changed and why it has to be changed. And sometimes things don't have to be changed. It is just the normal update. They are trying to do their thing also. Wait. Have
Right.
patience. कल एक दिन में रैंक कम हुआ है तो does not mean कि tomorrow you like अभी हम सब change करेंगे. So you
Right.
need
True.
to settle that down. And also if you are not someone who is ready for change, ready for challenges, who are ready to experiment around, now since they are starting is the best time to get out of it.
Right. Right.
Because SEO is always gonna keep changing. It is never gonna be the same. So if
True.
you are scared and they're like, no, I understood what it was, and then suddenly they
No.
have changed it, it's like cheating है, मैं नहीं खेलूंगा. So
So
you
it's
can't do
better.
that.
Yes. Yes. It's better
So
you switch things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
True.
one of my I went to my alma mater and then I was talking to them, and my HOD was there and I was like, you got into digital marketing ना journalism करने के, but talk to these people, they content writing और SEO इन लोगों को सब ना सब journalist बनना, उनको बोल सबको journalist नहीं बन सकते. So
Right.
and they're talking about digital marketing and we're talking about SEO, and then I was like, what do we do about SEO? And I was like, be ready to learn and be ready to unlearn it.
True.
Take the best part, understand what has changed, why it has changed, and then re-strategize things. The way
True.
things have changed, you should be able to be flexible, and then you cannot stick to it and be like, 10 years back, this is the strategy, this is the playbook I followed. Now, this is the playbook I'm going to follow because this worked for me then. That's
Yes.
not going to happen. But
Right.
at the same time, the experience that you got with those things, what worked, what didn't work, will help you here. So
True.
for
True.
those new folks, they need to understand where people are coming from, what has changed, why it has changed too. So it's like having history lessons. They
True.
should have
True.
those things.
True. And I believe, and I also feel कि and like this is something that I believe कि सबको at least 2 या 3 तो algorithm hit लगने चाहिए to understand the worst phases of their life. So they know, like again, when I say कि algorithm updates like hits लगने चाहिए, doesn't mean कि आपने गलत किया हो तो ही लगे. Could be intentional, could be unintentional, whatever it is, but you understand which direction to not go moving forward. Right. And as you rightly mentioned that few incidents, like few strategies might work out, few strategies might not work out, but you know those strategies will work out for which specific things. So you understand based on the learnings, based on the things that you have. So rather than just giving यार ये तो नहीं हो रहा, it should be like हो गया ठीक है चलो ये सीख लिया, next time शायद काम आ जाएगा, and next time I won't repeat this for sure. But yeah, true.
And another advice which I didn't do and then I regret now, keep note of all your wins and losses.
Okay.
All
Okay.
the strategies you make. Like now, sometimes I was like, people come and I was like, आपका portfolio दो. मैं बोली वो क्या है? वो क्यों दूँ? I don't have anything. I did results. I did all those things.
Yes.
I don't have those DA ka numbers right
True.
now.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like no
And
one,
they have,
even I don't have it right now because like
but then I've
who?
seen people who like smart people who have kept it. They've made
Okay,
a nice doc
deck
file,
about it.
Dex and all, ki na, this worked out for me, this didn't work out for me.
Okay,
That became their thing, saying, in this industry, this is how I work. So now when I have to do portfolio, what I do is SEMrush में, because those are the only
huh?
public data that I
True.
can use. वहां से जाके कि ना,
Yes.
see, this is when I work, this is the keyword guy. But then when, see, the problem again here is like when I say about the
Huh.
conversions, I about those numbers,
You don't
SEMrush
have the
is
proof.
gonna give me those numbers.
Yes. True. True.
So to say that now is like, okay, they'll be like, I have to take your words कि तुमने किया है. Then I have to find another case study. Somewhere my head of marketing would have talked about this
Okay.
thing we did, and we managed to get this revenue. And I was like, see, this person is talking about the SEO, right? This is me.
Right. Right. So I
So
believe, yeah, it's a good idea to have it right now
you
rather
need to
than just,
be sure.
after a few years. Yeah, got it. Got it. No, no, that totally makes sense. Like good advice, I would say, for everyone. Yo, so yes, like Meenakshi, being mindful of the time because like I totally get it. Thank you for joining the podcast. On the podcast, of the podcast, I genuinely learned a lot of things from you. And as I mentioned, it was more like teacher talking, and I'm just listening and trying to understand everything. But yeah, thank you for joining the podcast.
Thank you, thank you. I enjoyed having a conversation as well.
Yep, yep.
It was like right questions, right things that we discussed. It was not
Yes.
random things, or it was not planned. You say this, I'm gonna say this. So I think that easy flow has worked out, and especially thanks to you because you made it so easy. You made it look so easy.